Hello gamers, this is, well, I would say review 10, but as I mentioned before, I'm not actually looking at a video game 2 review as such. I'll be looking at video game movies, past and present. Well, past I suppose actually, but anyway. Well, I've got the list here in front of me. There's a lot less than I actually thought there were. And it doesn't look so impressive, to be honest, when actually viewing upon this list. Before I actually start reviewing the actual list of games-based films that I have, then I'll just give you a brief idea of what I think a video game movie should be. I think a video game movie should be a complete adaptation of what you've seen. I mean, for example, in the new Max Payne film, Jim Bravura is being played by a black rapper. Now, I have no problem about having slight changes, such as, I don't know, if they cast Alex Balder in that film with someone with hair, I'm not going to bother complaining over the fact that someone has a head of hair when they shouldn't. But we're taking a 60-year-old chief of the police detective in the game and turning him into a 30-year-old black lieutenant of affairs, internal affairs. Now, this constitutes to a major character change, so it's not a great adaptation. Jim Bravura is meant to be suggested to be a fascist. Now, I mean, can you imagine if, well, I don't know. Now, just thinking about it, people who get, say, video games, they should just be adapted as they are, because video games don't have much story to them. Well, that may have been true once upon a time, but now they're really cinematically driven. You can't just keep changing things for how you feel. I mean, for example, I don't know. I mean, they say they're not as good to be as adapted as books. Well, all right. So let's say we took Lord of the Rings. What if we cast the character of Gandalf as, I don't know, Samuel L. Jackson playing Gandalf? I mean, they're not exactly people going to see him, are they? So why should video game movies be any the same? So basically, you know my idea. A video game movie should be adapted faithfully and stick to the story. I mean, I know we can't have every level adapted, but you know the main parts of the story I think should be included. Right, so now we'll get onto the list. I'll let you know which ones I have watched and which ones I haven't watched. And the first one, I wish I could skip, but the first major release, May 28, 1993, Super Mario Brothers. Starred Bob Hoskins as Mario, John Leguizamo as Luigi. I think I watched this once when I was 6 years old, and I was bored stiff then. I dread to think what I would actually be like now when I watched it. Well, Mario and Luigi, two Italian-American brothers living in Brooklyn, New York, who are driven out of business by a Scapelli construction company. This is what I'm reading off Wikipedia. Luigi falls in love for an orphan college student, Daisy. Well, that's a nice tie-in to the Super Mario Land. They're digging for dinosaur bones, and they end up getting knocked out by two strangers, Iggy and Spike. Anyway, it goes on to the story about how they go into the Mushroom Kingdom, and the Mushroom Kingdom in this film was nothing like we saw in the video game. It was a comical dystopia, as it's mentioned here on Wikipedia. And I mean, you had an English guy playing Mario and someone of, well, someone of Colombian descent playing Luigi. So you know, there you go. That's casting for you in this. Criticism and impact. The second least successful Nintendo film behind Pokemon Heroes. That surprised me, to be honest, because the Pokemon films I think are quite good in most cases. Has very little to do with the video game series, from what I remember. I mean, I'm looking at the movie poster here, and there's the Goombas in the background. Instead of being short little mushrooms type things, they're massive Velociraptor human things. I mean, Dennis Hopper played Bowser, and he particularly appeared as human in it. I mean, the story even ended up trying to drive the plot of merging the Mushroom Kingdom with the real world. So, you know, I mean, it did, no Princess Peach, but oh, fair enough. It used Princess Peach. It didn't use Princess Peach, but used Daisy instead. So you know, it went for a Super Mario Land story rather than Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World. It's it introduces the fact of Mario, and Luigi Mario, which was also used in the cartoon series. This is quite funny. Bob Hoskins here, who played Mario, of course, went on fact in August 2007 in the Guardian, Manchester Guardian in America, and he said, "The worst thing I've ever done, Super Mario Brothers. It was a fucking nightmare. The whole experience was a nightmare. It had a husband and wife team directing whose arrogance had been mistaken for talent. After so many weeks, their own agent told them to get off the set. Fucking nightmare, fucking idiots." And I think that sums up the whole film, really. We got Shigeru Miyamoto, quote from him here. "In the end, it was a very foreign project that had a lot of effort put into it. But also," he said, "the one thing that I still have regrets is that the movie may have tried to get a little too close to what the Mario Brothers video games were. And in the sense, it became a movie that was about a video game rather than being an entertaining movie in and or itself." Makes me wonder if he's even actually seen this movie. There's quite a few references into the game apparently, but references aren't really what doesn't really matter when the movie's not any good. Anyway, let's move on to the next film. Double Dragon, November 4th, 1994. I haven't seen this one, so let's see what there is to say about it. I haven't actually seen this film, and I haven't really played the games. I think I played them once or twice when I went round my friend's. He got a NES, and, well, that was about it as far as my playing experience goes. The biggest name in this film is Robert Patrick, who I believe is playing the bad guy from what I'm reading. I'll just take a quick look at how this was received. Reviews by critics, such as the movie by Washington Post, were not favourable. The movie was also shunned by fans and public opinions alike. However, it achieved considerable sales in many South American countries when released on video. Well, I think that clearly cements it as the fact that it was probably a bad film if it wasn't liked by the fans or anyone. Okay, so we go. The next one, December 23, 1994, Street Fighter, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, Kylie Minogue. I think if it cast once I heard Kylie Minogue was cast in it, I have watched this one to be honest, but once I heard Kylie Minogue was cast in this, I think I weren't expecting exactly the best from it. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme, he should have taken the offer to do the Mortal Kombat film when he was asked, instead of doing this. I mean, Dolph Lundgren should have played the character he was playing. But I think this was a improvement on previous films, I thought. I mean, here's an interesting fact about it. You had Street Fighter, then Street Fighter film, so you had a movie based on a game. Then you had Street Fighter the movie, the game, so a game based on a movie that was based on the game. It could keep going on like that. I mean, if a video game movie is bad, how bad would that one be? If a movie based on a game based on a movie based on a game. Anyway, getting off track here. Yeah, say plot, Ryu, going major character changes, the same thing that makes all these films badly. Let's see, there's a lot of references again. Once again, references no good if you're just a load of rubbish. No, but I thought this film was not bad, maybe below average. But it was just, once again, you change the characters, yeah, changing the story, therefore it's not a good adaptation.